welcome back to our podcast.
Hi everyone, today we are exploring one of the most elegant and fascinating historical buildings in Bucharest.
We're talking about the beautiful House of Sciences.
Even though many people know it today because of the restaurant and events organized there, the building actually has a much deeper history connected to Romanian culture, architecture, and scientific life.
The House of Sciences, also known in the past as the Asan House, is located in Piața Rahovari, one of the most elegant areas in central Bucharest.
The building was commissioned by Basil G. Asan, an important Romanian engineer and industrialist from the late 19th and the early 20th centuries.
What's interesting is that Basil Asan was one of the most modern and influential figures of his time. He was also known for being the first Romanian to travel around the world.
The house was designed by the famous Romanian architect Ion Berendei, who also contributed to important landmarks in Bucharest, including the Cantacuzino Palace.
Architecturally, the building follows a French non-classical style, which reflects the period when Bucharest was often called Little Paris.
And honestly, you can still see the influence today in the elegant symmetry, decorative balconies, refined facade, and luxurious details.
One of the most impressive elements of the building is the monumental stone staircase inside.
Yes, and the interior salons are decorated with stained glass, marble mirrors, and luxurious furniture, upholstered with Cordoba leather and silk.
The house contains 5 important salons, which each with its own personality and decorative style.
For example, the Hall of Mirrors has walls covered with mirrors framed in bronze, creating a very elegant atmosphere.
Then there is the Zodiac Hall, which contains stained glass decorated with all zodiac signs.
And another fascinating room is the Edison Hall, which originally included an authentic Edison lamp and chandelier.
The other salons are known as the Chess Hall and the Council Hall.
And honestly, details like this make the building feel almost cinematic, like something from another era.
After World War II, the building entered the patrimony of the Romanian Academy.
And starting from 1945, it officially became the House of Sciences.
Over time, the building became associated with intellectual life, academic meetings and conferences, and also cultural discussions.
Which gives the palace a very different identity compared to other historical buildings in Bucharest.
Instead of being connected mainly to politics or royalty, it became associated with education, culture, and scientific life.
Today, the building continues to attract attention, and only because of its history, but also because of its modern role in the city.
Yes, the House of Sciences now also includes a restaurant, which has made the location even more popular among young people and tourists.
And I think people really enjoy this combination between historical elegance and modern social life.
Exactly. Visitors can admire the architecture while also experiencing the atmosphere in a more relaxed and contemporary way.
The building is often used for events, dinners, cultural gatherings, and photography sessions.
And honestly, it's easy to understand why. The place feels elegant, peaceful, and very different from the busy rhythm of the city outside.
I think the House of Sciences also reveals a different side of Bucharest.
Yes, because when people think about Bucharest, they usually imagine crowded boulevards, traffic, or modern buildings.
But places like this remind us that the city also has elegant historical spaces full of personality and history.
And I think these buildings help preserve the cultural identity and memory of Bucharest.
Especially because many historical buildings disappeared or changed dramatically over time.
One thing I find fascinating is how many stories the building contains inside a single place.
Yes, from aristocratic life and luxury to scientific meanings and modern cultural events, the building went through many transformations.
Another interesting detail is that before 1989, a famous restaurant called Parcul Trandafirulor functioned there.
And even today, the social atmosphere of the building continues through the restaurant and events hosted there.
The house is also officially classified as a historical monument, which highlights its importance for Bucharest heritage.
And honestly, it's the kind of place that makes you stop for a moment and imagine what Bucharest looked like more than a century ago.
Of course, the best way to understand the atmosphere of this place is actually to be here.
And luckily, Mara is there right now to tell us more.
Mara, can you hear us? What it's like there?
Hello everyone, Mara here, reporting from the elegant Casa Oamenilor de Știință. The first thing you notice here is definitely the architecture. The building feels incredibly elegant and refined, with decorative details that immediately stand out from the modern city around it. Around me, people are stopping to admire the building, take photos, or simply enjoy the atmosphere of Piața la Hovari. The place feels calm, sophisticated, and almost cinematic. What's interesting is that this building was originally known as the Asan House and belonged to the industrialist Basil Asan, one of the most important figures of his time. Today, the building also hosts a restaurant and cultural events, which makes it very alive and connected to the modern Bucharest. And honestly, standing here, you can really understand why people continue to be fascinated by places like this. It feels like a small piece of old Bucharest, preserved in the middle of the modern city.
That sounds absolutely beautiful.
Yes, and it really shows how special and elegant this place is.
Thank you, Mara, for all these details. You really helped us imagine the atmosphere better.
The House of Scientists is much more than just a historical building.
It's a place where architecture, culture, science, and modern life all come together.
And I think it represents an important part of Bucharest that people sometimes overlook.
Especially today when cities change so quickly, places like this help preserve memory and identity.
Whether people come here because of the architecture, the history, the restaurant, or simply the atmosphere, the experience definitely leaves an impression.
And maybe that's exactly what makes this place so special.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Thank you so much for listening.
We hope you enjoy discovering the House of Scientists with us.
See you next time.
Bye everyone!
Bye!